of the day. This is one of my favorite tricks to throw into like a Zill solo type piece. I kind of stole the idea from every drum solo I've ever done, where there's a section in the middle where the drummer always rolls and creates a set of like interesting accents for you to accent with your shimmy, right? So he creates the roll, you create the shimmy, and then there's a bunch of accents that you play with, and that's where this idea came from. So, step one, figuring out how are you going to roll with one zill, because you need the other one to create your accents, right? This tends to work a little bit better with bigger zills than with smaller zills. And you still need to have the zills fairly tightly on your fingers, but I find sometimes if my elastics are way too tight, it just doesn't work. So aim for larger zills for this, because you need a little bit of wiggle room to make it happen. So we're looking at our zills here. We have them lined up. We're opening them up ever so slightly, and we are taking our hands side to side. Literally, my zills are hitting on one side and then hitting on the other side, hitting on one side and hitting on the other side as I go side to side to create this ring. I tend to prefer it here. It's a little easier. And I highly encourage you to try it on the other hand. Don't laugh at me. It's not nearly as pretty on the other hand. Right, so that's what's happening there, is your zills are wiggling back and forth, hitting on one side and then the other. So that is your roll sound. That in of itself is a fun one to practice, because you want it to be nice and even and steady. Right, this is your basis for your shimmy. Ideally, you want to keep it as much just in your hand as possible, so your whole arm's not going, which is exhausting and mildly lewd. So you want to keep that hand as isolated as possible, so that everyone is watching the body and what's going on there, right? So we've got our roll happening on one hand. I'm doing it on my right. I'm going to create my accents on the left. So I'm creating them today with just claps. So bringing one zill directly down on top of the other. And the pattern that I'm going to use today, because it's one of my favorites when it appears in drum solos, is this one. One more time. Okay, so now take a deep breath. Clear your mind. That was nice. And exhale. And we're going to try to do that left hand accent on top of the right hand. With anything that you're layering, I always say you have to try to put something on autopilot. So once you've practiced this, this kind of shimmy on one hand, and it feels comfortable, that will be your autopilot, and you'll just keep it going. You won't have to think about it. That way you can concentrate on what the other hand is doing. So, get your shimmy going. Try to relax. Try to just let that go on autopilot. Don't think about it. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. In and of itself, and people will probably watch that, because that's freaking awesome. Especially if they know how to play the zills, they'll be way impressed. But since we are belly dancing, maybe we should dance a little bit. So what I'm going to do is a series of accents to go along with this. We're going to keep it pretty simple. You can follow me. You can create your own, whatever makes you happy. Yeah, the goal is just to move and not fall down while you're trying to do all these layers all at the same time. So I'm going to do maybe like a figure 8 and a twist, and maybe a Maya, and some downs, and undulation, release, tuck, shoulder, we'll just do chest, chest. Yeah, so, ba, 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 ta, 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 pa, pa, ta, 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 or whatever makes you happy. Or just keep practicing the zills, because that's pretty challenging, yeah? So, let's try this. Get your shimmy going. If you do this by itself, make sure that hand's out there by itself so everyone can see. Voila! I am doing this with one hand. How freaking cool is that? Yeah? So you got your zill going, you got your shimmy going. So we're gonna add our accents and the body all at the same time. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Does your head hurt yet? Let's try it one more time. Ready? Shimmy! Accents on the left. 6, 7, 8. Let's try it one more time for good luck. Here we go. Get your shimmy going. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a doozy, but anything can be done with practice. Check it out, try it out, tell me what you think. If you manage to make it happen, take a video, send me a copy. I would love to see what you do with your quickie zill trick of the day. Thanks for joining me.